Hi, I'm John Kenfield from the Solutionist group, and today I'm going to be talking about parenting styles and practices, which is number 14 in our series, Common Causes of Family Business Conflict. A word of apology, I may be flicking my eyes around just to a list I've got up on the whiteboard because there are a couple of terms that I want to make sure I don't neglect on the way through here. Many times when we unravel a family business conflict, which I've been doing for well over 20 years now, we find that it is convenient and perhaps honest to go back and identify that problems in parenting long ago may have been part of the cause, may have been the entire cause of the conflict in the family right now. It's obviously not the sole reason. Many things have happened since adult children were parented many years previously. But the parenting style, which is what parents did, and the parenting practices, which is the emotional context in which they did it, may have a great deal to do with the personalities of family members now, and the personalities often have a great deal to do with conflicts that break out within the family in business. So, psychologists have identified 4 major styles of practice, which I've slightly relabeled. The first is dictatorial. That is where the parent or parents demand adherence to their rules, my way or the highway. The rules may be fairly arbitrary and made up as they go along, and it is a demand for obedience, and the enforcement of the discipline that represents is called punishment. The relationship between parent and child is one of submissiveness or rebelliousness, and frequently that will either make or break the child. It will make them either subservient and always looking for leadership, or it will make them break away from the parents and be quite rebellious and perhaps become very strong in themselves. The second one, which is generally regarded as the target style, is called authoritative. And authoritative parents set rules, they enforce the rules, they give guidance to children about how to comply with the rules, they make it clear that there are consequences, but they encourage the child to make their own choices in the knowledge of the consequences. So this is all about self-determination, the building of resilience, the building of making your own decisions and doing your own problem solving. This is regarded probably as the strongest, most desirable type of parenting. Then there are the 2 below the line styles, and these are the uninvolved type of parenting. The first one is called permissive or neglectful. And in this particular mode, the parent sits back and indulges the children to do more or less what they want to do in the belief that they're just children, they should learn. And that sometimes goes right up into teenage years, or the parents discover that because they haven't set up any boundaries at a younger age, their teenage children simply aren't aware of and don't know how to apply boundaries. So these tend to be, hippie style if you like, and they tend to be relatively undisciplined, and they have their share of challenges in later life. Now the final style in lack of involvement is the neglectful or the uninvolved style of parenting, where the parent basically doesn't care what's going on with the child, or if they do care, they do absolutely nothing about it. So they're simply not engaged in the children's growing up in any meaningful way. So the child lacks proper parental role models, they lack proper adult guidance, and they grow up often pretty much at sea in the world because they just don't know where to turn because they simply haven't had that guidance in the formative years. So what's the solution to all this? Well, you can't turn the clock back and change the way that children were parented. You can't have parents being unreasonably guilty and then compensating for the mistakes they made when they were busy trying to build a business when the children were growing up and paid more attention to their business than they did to their children. All you can really do now is acknowledge the mistakes, or acknowledge the perceived mistakes, or acknowledge the consequences in terms of current behaviours which could be blamed on those previous mistakes. By exploring them, by going through the family narrative, by talking about what happened, what didn't happen, what should have happened, the family is in a position to replay, make acknowledgements, make apologies, and as far as is possible, lay the skeletons to rest that are creating so many problems now. If you found this helpful, please like, please share, and please come back again. Thank you.